friends. So today I'm going to be performing two songs. One from one song I will be dancing to from a distance, and The Rose, both sung by Bette Midler. And then I will be singing Children of Eve. I think all three of these songs are very relevant to what is going on nowadays, and I feel very strongly about them as well. And I also have some things that I want to say about what's going on nowadays, and how I feel about it. But I wrote it down because my public speaking's, it's okay. But I have a lot to say, and I just want it to come out right, and not with like too much passion. So if I read it instead of say it, I won't get an attitude with it. So, all right. I don't know really where to start. I am going to try to keep this as generic as possible, since I have friends on both sides of the political spectrum, and some who are like me and right in the middle, trying to be understanding of both sides, and through that understanding come up with a diplomatic, humane solution to what I call the human condition. These riots have been happening are inexcusable outbursts of anger. I understand that people are angry and people want to be heard, but to ravage our homes, leave our communities in ruin, and hurt each other, for what? So that after the fight, we have nothing, no foundation to start a new future from or on. Violence never cured anything. It only perpetuates violence. I speak from experience when I say what needs to happen is we need to educate ourselves so we can better help and educate those who are living in poverty, who perhaps believe that there is no hope for the future, at least for them. So they act out in a violent rage because this is all they know. I lived 3 years in a third world country, experienced 2 riots, and many, many protests. If you think police brutality is out of hand here, go live in a third world country for 3 years where what we call ghettos here would be like living in a very nice neighborhood. Well, not very nice, but nice over there. The police in a third world country are military status. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are caught walking in the wrong area, you will be put up against the wall, questioned, and searched from head to toe. And they put the fear of God in me too, although it's not God they're full of. I have seen a child shot during a riot by police officers, or I think it was a police officer, with a rubber bullet and sent to the emergency room with a split tongue. This child was crossing the street to go home from school. If we want our country to turn into a third world country with everything that has been happening since the beginning of this year, we're well on the road to becoming one. This is my plea, my friends, and my fellow countrymen. Choose your battles wisely and your weapons with even more wisdom. Remember that even though actions speak louder than words, words can be sharper than a two-edged sword. You combine the two, and you'll be a force to be reckoned with. Okay, so there are a couple of quotes from a few writers that I wanted to quote before I end, and I just had to find them. One is by William Faulkner. It's a very good one. He had a lot of good quotes on what is happening right now. But I'm just going to read one. I believe that man will not merely endure, we will prevail. He is immortal, not because he alone among creatures has an inexhaustible voice, but because he has a soul, a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance. The poet's, the writer's duty is to write about these things. It is his privilege to help a man endure by lifting his heart, by reminding him of the courage and honor and hope and pride and compassion and pity and sacrifice which have been the glory of his past. The poet's voice need not merely be record of man. Let me read that again. The poet's voice need not merely be the record of man. It can be one of the props, the pillars, to help him endure and prevail. All right. The other one is from, I think it's the Archbishop of Canterbury in William Shakespeare's King Henry V. And he speaks about how an uneducated society falls much more quickly and drastically than an educated one. Okay, so here we are. And as our vineyards, fallows, meads, and hedges, defective in their natures, grow to wildness, even so our houses and ourselves and children have lost or do not learn for want of time the sciences that should become our country, but grow like savages, as soldiers will, that nothing do but meditate on blood, to swearing and stern looks, diffused attire, and everything that seems unnatural, which to reduce into our former favor, you are assembled. Okay, we don't need to know the rest. That was the part I wanted to share. Thank you.